In this chapter, we've been doing both of calculating by hand and using technology to help us with these measures of center, measures of variation, and now measures of position. There's a handy table in your notes, hopefully to help you with the formulas. For the z-score, it is not a built-in Excel function or Google. Anytime I say Excel in the formula, just know that I'm implying Google as well. So z-score is not a built-in function, but it is easy to calculate, and we can do that with writing out the formula. Value minus mean divided by our standard deviation. We could calculate the mean and the standard deviation and then use cell references for this formula, or we could even calculate them right here in the formula itself by putting in average instead of mean, but that can get a little messy. So a lot of times it's easier to first calculate those statistics and then go back and use them in the z-score. We have formulas here for the percentile. In these formulas, we are given the percentile and asked for the data value at that percentile, the first formula that we were using. There are two different formulas here, one for Excel and one for Google. For Excel, you want to make sure you put this .inc at the end. We are including inclusive. It'll give us the same value in these two programs if we use the formulas. And then we have the same formula for percent rank. Here we're given a value in the data set and we're asked to find its percentile, its corresponding percentile. So this was that second formula that we were using. There are some more formulas here in the table that we're going to talk about a little bit later. This particular one is quartiles. So we can look at a quartile of a data. Unfortunately, though, the quartile formulas in Excel and Google do not calculate quartiles in the same way that we will calculate them by hand. So we have to be really careful when we're using this. And that's why there's a little note here at the end. It's better to use the median and split the data into two groups and then use median on each of those two groups to find the quartiles. I have another video where I explain why there's a difference, and it really just comes in two different philosophies of what the quartiles should be and how we should calculate them. And then fortunately that happens a lot in statistics, where we have different ways of calculating things because different people think things differently. So if you want to take a look at that lesson, I will link it in the video description so that you can look at that one. And I've left you some spots with notes on the side to use at your will. And in our next part of our lesson, we're going to be looking at these quartiles and deciles a little bit more closely.